Today we're heading back to the late 1980s to revisit one of the coolest, slickest, and deadliest gangsters to ever hit Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah, a villain with style, a man with class, and a machine gun hidden in his chest. This is Buttons McBoom from Cops and Crooks. COPS, or officially COPS, Central Organization of Police Specialists, first aired in 1988. It was part of the era of cartoon programming where the toy companies and animated studios worked hand in hand together to create entire worlds that could be brought to life and be on your store shelves as well as the toy cartoon morning. Show took place in Empire City and featured elite cops battling high-tech criminals, and one of the most recognizable crooks in Big Boss's gang was Buttons McBoom, as seen here from the toys credits, which is an amazing thing to have a dude with machine guns coming out and he shoots a butterfly. As a kid, I always thought that was fantastic. Buttons McBoom is a hitman and an enforcer for Big Boss, the villain of the show. His distinctive slick back look with a sharp suit, fedora, dark sunglasses sometimes, and a cool ultra calm attitude. But his defining feature is definitely the machine guns, and when things got serious, he opened up his jacket and unleashed an automatic firing squad without ever breaking a sweat. He rarely raises his voice, he speaks with confidence, and his presence alone says, don't mess with him and do what he says. All right, Buttons McBoom for me is one of the coolest characters ever, to be quite honest. I mean, I love Dick Tracy. I love that gangster look, and this really does solidify that gangster look because the guitar won't stand. He looked good. That trench coat looks very, very Dick Tracy-esque. Somebody who is a better customizer out there could just get a bunch of these and Dick Tracy them up and just put different heads on them, and it would really make a good thing. But this isn't about Dick Tracy, so let's look at Boom. I mean, he comes with a hat that comes off. Now, mine, you can tell, does have a little bit of a redding on his hat, but it is a cool looking hat, and I'm glad that it's not stuck on. I do like the removability of it. That'll go over there. His big thing is that his vest would open up. He's a robotic guy, and some guns would fall out just like such. Mine are very delicate, so we're going to be a little bit easy with it. But I mean, robots that look like this. I mean, what a cool concept. Cops and Crooks is one of the most underrated just franchises of all time. I absolutely love it. Boom goes back there. Normal 80s articulation on that, and it's actually a more articulated figure than what you would think. Comes with the case. The case does crack open as such, and inside is his gun that you could see right there. The caps would go inside of here. You pull this, and it would snap, crackle, pop. Now, the one bad thing about these Cops and Crooks figures is this is a big gun because of the caps. The oversized guns isn't what's problem. It's the hard plastic and how the grips of them would go. When this would go into his hand, it's essentially he can only hold it onto the side like that, which isn't all that much fun, and a lot of hands broke, to be quite honest. This one for me will just sit inside the case and do one of these numbers. How does it go in there? Look, I just had that perfectly in there. There we go. It does have an outline for dummies like me, and then it just snaps together like such. Now he can hold this. Again, I'm not putting mine in there because I don't want my hand to break. But it does look cool as he walks. You can have him walking down the street. He's going to his gig. All right. Buttons Boom McBoom. Coming in hot. Let's learn some more history. While the television show never dives deeply into the origin, the biography provides with the action figure on the back of the material paints a picture as such. Buttons started out as a suave, high-end gambler and mobster, but in an instance with a rival gang, he was shot multiple times. To survive, doctors replaced part of his chest with a cybernetic weaponry. After that, he became loyal to the muscle Big Boss. His name comes from two things: his love of designer suits and shiny buttons, and the fact that the pressing of those buttons might get you riddled with bullets. In the Cops animated series, Buttons McBoom often worked as a bodyguard, a getaway man, and a hired gun. His personality is very cool under pressure. He doesn't shout, he doesn't panic, he handles problems fast and effectively. When he's on the screen, the show lends into the gangster noir vibe mixed with the futuristic 80s cyber sense, which is pretty cool and pretty past its time, to be quite honest. Marvel Comics published a short run of Cops comic series. Button appeared in several issues, maintaining the same sleek criminal vibe. The comics leaned a bit more gritty than the show, and Buttons was occasionally shown as more of a cold and calculated closer than a criminal thriller that you might see in the cartoon. Buttons McBoom didn't get the same long-term fame as Ninja Turtles, Transformers, or G.I. Joe, but he was remembered fondly among the 80s fans as being one of the cool things. Also, a hit of Dick Tracy didn't do him any bad. So that's the story of Buttons McBoom, a stylish gangster, a cyber-enhanced enforcer, and one of the smoothest crooks ever animated. If you grew up with the Cops cartoon and had toys, let me know in the comments. Did you have this figure, or did you have the other ones? Let me know if you still have them in your collection, and as always, peace out, home skillets.